I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic. All I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena, and I've been to concerts at the Nottingham Caves. I've been here all my life and I'm still amazed by this place. I love Nottingham. Sometimes I stare at Hockley's graffiti colourful walls, and sometimes I gaze at the deers running round Woollerton Hall. Supreme thrills, from chilling up at Green's Mill or up at that castle on the hill. Nottingham, I love you, and I always will. Visit Nottingham today.
Rightio then.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
The question on everybody's lips here at the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024. Can anyone beat Australia? Well, we're in the mixed open competition. They've already beaten the United States by 23-2. They also put 13 on the Philippines. And in this game, they're taking on Ireland. And what a start this is. Long ball over the top, Rhea Plunkett dots down to jubilation on the Irish bench on the far side. Perfect start for the Emerald Isle. What a ball that is as well from Alexander Nolan.
Oh, I see, what a start from Ireland, and you're coming up against the favourites in this category. You need a start like that to give you some confidence.
Well, Ireland were beaten 14-5 by a Philippines side that Australia put 13 on, just for reference, and they could be here with a quick reply. What a response, Olivia Goodsell. Dots down and we're level again in the blink of an eye.
Oh, it's just the accuracy of the catch and pass. There's no special touch play here. It's a doggies wraparound, and they step back, and here, look, just the swift transition. Catch, one step, boom, see you later, down in the corner.
I think Ireland might have kicked a beehive here in the mixed open. We'll wait and see what the response is from the Irish. They haven't had the tournament they want. They've also drewn 6-6 with Italy. A tough draw for them. So yet to win in this competition.
And they're up against it here. We'll see what they can do in their line attack. They look for the 32. Early release. They come back to the short side.
Andrew Alsit jogging his way through the line. Another touch though. For Australia to play with. Oh, and they're breaking away down the right instead. Here come Australia at great pace. Carried on by Langbridge. He leaves the field. Well, the pace, the acceleration from Groth. And Groth on the return, inside and out. Lovely ball. There might have been an Irish hand in there to deny Andrew Searle.
Oh, what a joke of a transition. What a joke. Straight round the outside, and they'll look to capitalise. Sweeper play. Sweeper receives it. Step back on the inside, looking for offside players. They're on. Touch made. And they go again. Middles. Aussies.
Lovely ball on the inside. It's Groff there as well. He reaches out again. Important touch there from Ty Brennan.
Yeah, that's twice now. They've looked to gone over the line, but the inside ball is on. And these Aussies are too good not to capitalise.
Touch from Groff, and here's Searle. Searle with a good pick-up. Now the missed pass. Groff wanders in. Unopposed. Australia in front.
What a hole. What a hole in the perfect line just to cut through the Irish defence. I'll have a look on the replay. And they take the open side quickie and don't give it back. They just fizz it flat across the line and ghosting through the gap. Number 4 for Australia, Groff. Straight through. It's all a bit too easy right now.
Australia back in front then, as they have been for the majority of this World Cup.
You can say that again.
Here's Ireland with Nolan there at the half. There's a great missed pass, almost in the hands of Eileen Russell. Well, Ireland are bringing it to Australia.
Yeah, they definitely got potency when they get into the attacking phase. They're looking to run the doggies on the link, so it's called doggies 2, where they take the sweep around the link, step back into open field, and really expose the line for an aggressive touch, and that will be a penalty.
Big touch from Rhea Plunkett.
Yeah, unfortunately, never quite onside. So 6 fresh ones for Australia.
Down the right.
Can't afford to give them that.
Down the right goes Mackenzie Davis. There she is at the half, the youngest player at the World Cup for Australia in any division. Langbridge. Zachary Bouzounis. Oh, reaching out Bouzounis. Well, this try has been given. Bouzounis knew himself that he'd gone over.
Oh. What a
Good
joke.
pick up. Bouzounis on the return. Little show and go.
Oh, cameraman went with it as well.
Breaking ankles on his way through. Australia go 3-1 up.
Yeah, breaking camera lenses as well, apparently.
Are the floodgates about to open here on pitch 2? Here come Ireland. What can they offer in this game? It's Caelan Brown with a good carry. Long ball from Fitzpatrick. Oh, he held on to it instead. Good little show and go. Was winding up for one. Brown. Fitzpatrick goes back to the short side, and it's ricochets off Brown for Australian possession.
Yeah, it's really good defence again from Australia. They figured out the Irish attacking pattern, and now they're just numbering up a little bit shorter on that short side.
Australia so well drilled, hit the box again, and on come the substitutes. A winding carry from James Price. Looks to open them up there. Groth again. Price, Searle. Groth, little show and go. Delays the ball. Price with a long pass. What a take that is. Olivia Goodsell, twice in this game, she's already gone over. Australia extend their advantage.
Oh, it's just the way they're able to play around the Irish defenders in the midfield, and the delay on the wraparound means that the Irish link has to shut, and then so does the winger. Although, it doesn't look like the score was given. Looks like it might have been given forward.
Well, that keeps the score at 3-1 in Australia's favour. Oh, woe is them.
Yeah, for now.
Well, look, we've had a lot of Australian voice on the comms following the Emu's progress. We're allowed to be a little bit meaner here. I think they're probably going to turn that over, and away come Australia again with Price. Back inside to Groth. They haven't made any changes just yet. Groth on the switch. Searle. Groth with the pickup. Price is caught.
Great read, great defensive read from Ireland, and they're going to need much more of that if they want to stay in this game.
Wilson Groth. Little show and go. Change of direction. It deflected off an Irish hand and then went to ground. So the Emus will keep a hold of it for now.
Here we go. Australia burning a couple touches. Now look to go for the sweeper play again. Step back. Yep, Swinger's
Good pick
on.
up. There goes the long ball. Good sell. Surely in for another. Great pass by Kai Simberlin.
I don't think they can chalk that one off for any reason. Beautiful Swinger, step back, long ball. It's all a bit too easy.
Kai Simberlin of New South Wales with a great pass.
Just too good from Australia at the moment. They're able to make the reads that Ireland are numbering up and then just pick the right option every single time. And again, we were having this conversation about Australia. It's like you can't go against Australia trying to play Australian touch because that's what they want to do. But also, Australian touch is the gold standard, so that's what everyone wants to play. There's a real catch-22, and Ireland are going to have to give them something they've not seen before to try and take anything from this game.
Well, that won't help. Penalty at the breakdown. Here come Australia. And they hunt for the box. Good pick up from Simbolo. Powerful touch there. The referee waves play on. Another strong transition, weaving through the lines this time is Daniel Langbridge, and it might open up for Australia. What a ball that is. Right to left, Jackson Mills swings it out. It's a try for Zara Nichols, I believe.
And what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? Two beautiful flat balls. I mean, that one's perfect. The first one sets up the second.
Well, it skipped out Zara Nicholas and found Patricia Michaelopoulos instead.
Oh, it's just so good. You play with four, give Ireland a chance.
Let's see how it runs out here. They're only 5-1 down, but gosh, Australia have racked up some scoreline. I don't know if you're following Australian touch on social media. They've been pretty ridiculous so far. They're giving their score updates every day, and it's pretty tough reading. Women's Open, they've had 19 and 21-0 leads. They've had 13-2 and 23-2 victories in the Mixed Open. In the Women's 27, 17-1 and 14-0. I mean, in the senior mix, 17-2 and 11-3. They're racking up double figures in every game so far. On day two, the only Australian team not to score double figures in a game was once in the women's 40s, where they were given a 5-0 walkover against Papua New Guinea. Can you believe it? The only game they didn't rack up double figures in scores was the game they didn't play.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but it just shows how good this Australian setup is. It just shows the mountain that everyone has to climb when they come up against them, and the difference between the number one in the world and, well, everyone else.
New Zealand topped the other pool with Scotland and Japan in hot pursuit, while in this pool coming into today it was actually the Philippines who were in front. But they won't be for much longer as Zachary Bazunis is in for his second score of the day.
It's just the pace at which they run their transition. They run this miss pass to the wing. It cuts out any sort of midfield press of Ireland, and then as soon as Ireland mark up the wing, they just cut back into the middle. It's almost an impossible task trying to react to the transition, and when you run it at such pace, you're always running against retreating defenders. If someone's running forwards and someone else is running backwards, there's only one winner in that race.
Quite a pleasing 10 minutes for Dave Nolan. Just the 6 scores in it so far.
Yeah, so we're on for what?
The Australian coach, of course.
Oh, unlucky. Ireland are trying to run flat at the line against Australia, fix players and then look to go long. But for me, what you'd like to see against Australia is fixing these middles first. That's better. Back on the inside. Unlucky. Really good defensive read from the link.
Good ball into the path of Ty Brennan, another Old Wesleyan from Old Wesley Rugby Club, of course. The shining light of Irish touch rugby, and that's a better movement as well from Andrew Hazlitt, but he's still caught on a diving touch from Australia.
Yeah, it's much better. They are engaging the Australian middles much better. And look to go long, they do. Long ball is on Rhea Plunkett.
That's a fantastic pass, and Plunkett's dotted down.
Oh, I think they've called it forward. They have indeed. That's a shame. But that's what Ireland need to do. Fix the Australian middles and then look to go long.
What a ball by Ty Brennan. He's unlucky there that it's drifted forward, and Australia get the box on. Carrying this time it's Tim Bartz, the captain, in the white cap. Wonderful footwork and great pace from James Hegedus. Australia go to the left. That time put down, unfortunately. They could have had another.
I'm tempted to just say bad pass to try and make everyone else feel a bit better, but it's not. It's a really unfortunate slip of the ball out of the hands. It's the perfect read once more. And it's run very close, and I'm almost surprised that one didn't go over.
Touch there by Hegedus in 14 for Australia. Player of the tournament in the Trans-Tasman Series in 2023 for the Emus. Here come Ireland looking for their second try. Do you remember when they were in front? What a pass. Again, ambitious. What you need to do against Australia. Rhea Plunkett having a great game on the left, always finding the right spaces.
Yeah, Rhea Plunkett's one of those wingers that just goes about her job very quietly, but doesn't make many mistakes, if any at all. But here's the power in the transition. And it's just too fast, although Rhea Plunkett's made the touch, so singing her praises, rightfully so.
Plunkett with a good touch.
A try saver, made on halfway.
Emu captain Tim Bartz comes all the way back. Good return into the path of Bazounis again. Wonderful passing play, but the final one is not on target.
Australia just leaving Irish defenders on the floor, eating grass. Not really sure how to react to it, how to defend, and I mean, what can you do when you're running against an offence as potent as Australia? They just pick the right options. It's really hard work when you're out there in defence.
Transition then for Ireland as they look to turn defence into attack. Well, 3 touches before the 10. It's great defence from Australia. There's another one made by Langbridge. Ireland look to open up the pitch. Good ball on the inside, and that's another good pickup from Fitzpatrick.
QB pass, unfortunately forward, but I mean, if you are an Ireland player at the moment, you've got to take risks, you've got to take gambles, because if you don't, Australia are just going to number up and use their athleticism to crowd you out. So even though the pass is, say marginally forward and be kind, it's the right option, because you've just got to take chances. You've got to go long off first. You've got to do something that Australia aren't used to seeing, whatever that may be.
Here they come again, Australia. Price inside to Searle. Searle takes a bit of pace out of the game for now. Price, Searle, here they go, Australia turning it on. And there's acres of space on the left for Australia to touch down for their 7th score. Well, the rate of scoring may have slowed down in the last 4 minutes, but Australia back where they want to be, touching down out wide.
I can't believe we're saying the rate of scoring slowed down, and it's what, 7-1 in
Inside
14
15 minutes, yeah, of course.
It's outrageous, and this just speaks to the level of touch on display from Australia. And full credit to Ireland, because yes, this scoreline does not flatter Ireland, but to even get the opening score is a testament to the ability that the Irish mixed open have.
Hat-trick for Olivia Goodsell as well in the mix for Australia.
I'm sure that'll happen many times.
Lovely movement, touch force there by Brennan. They go wide, and well, Plunkett is in and amongst it for Ireland.
Yeah, it's good ideas from Ireland. Why not take the close phase and just whip it straight off the floor? You're seeing this Irish team try every trick in the book to catch Australia out, and Australia just match up to it. And once again, look at the transition. Three Irish players behind the play of the ball, and yeah, it's a hard touch unnecessarily from an Australian perspective, but from an Irish perspective, you kind of have to make it. They're just going to burn through you again.
Touch made on the 7. Oh, they retreat well. Bazounis again. And this time it's Simbalan even. Lovely footwork. Racing. Lovely footwork racing through there. Here's Hegedus.
Yep, try time.
Oh, over he goes. From close range, Kai Simbalan. This time denied. Oh, in fact, the whistle goes. They're so lackadaisical in their celebration that, well, you can barely tell they are.
Yeah, it almost feels a little bit too easy at times, the lack of celebrations, but it's Simbalan getting over, involved again, and it's just the way that they draw out the defence, keep going, and then bang, left foot step, ball on the inside.
Great
Easy
weight on the
score.
pass from Hegedus. Kai Simbalan gets another score. And Australia go 8-1 behind. Touch on the 7 coming for Alexander Cassidy. Gets it back, Cassidy. What a ingenious ball that is. I mean, you've just got to try those things against Australia.
Yeah, this is one of those games where game plan patterns, they go out the window because, well, for lack of a better word, it won't work. And you've got to try a bit of magic. You've got to find that little bit of spark.
Cassidy sliding in.
Oh, it's unfortunate. It was close, really close. It's getting over the whitewash.
The Alexanders, Nolan and Cassidy, they're in the centre. Nolan, Cassidy. Nolan changes the direction. He looks long. It's well read by the Australian winger out there. This time it's Patricia Michaelopoulos. And no luck there for Ema Murphy.
I was just listening in there. The Australian mixed box in front of us just discussing. They aren't happy with their line attack at the moment. Believe it or not. They're not my words, their words. They want to look for link punishes and check back on the inside because they don't believe that they're doing as much as they can do right now. Which just shows the standards that these guys set themselves. And we'll see if they can go and put that punishing technique into practice. Ball on the line. Believe they're going to just say wave through. Nope. Touch was made. Onside. Really good defensive touch.
Wilson Groff denied this time. Here he is again, Groff. Great pick up by Searle. Stepping in, what footwork.
Wow.
James Price, try given.
Wow.
A discussion between the two officials, and Price out of a phone box there and over the try line for Australia's 9th.
It just sticks the handbrake on. The step, I mean, you just watch it here. This is outrageous. So ball goes round, cover fine, boom. See you later. And the most nonchalant dot down you'll see. Oh, this will be the angle. This will be the angle. I love this roaming cam. Oh, that's all too tasty.
Wonderful footwork from James Price. But here are Australia in defence now. Well, diving over from close range. Touch was made. Chance for Fitzpatrick and co to strike for Ireland.
I really feel for this Irish attack because they run things really well, really direct, and can't help but feel like if this was any other defence in front of them, they'd have 5, 6 or 7 at this point.
Brown, Fitzpatrick, the victory ball. What a pass that is to pick out Rhea Plunkett. Wonderful score for Ireland. It goes down awfully well with their box on the far side. Rhea Plunkett gets her second, but that pass from Fitzpatrick is outrageous.
Yeah, and it's Fitzpatrick to Plunkett, and the two players who really have grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck from an Irish perspective and tried their best to make things happen. And on the hooter, Australia will try and go for some jouet rugby.
Well, they might have a score before the break. Can you believe it? Buzzer gone. Australia over for another. Double figures before half-time. What a response after conceding your second. It's another score for Olivia Goodsell. 4 up for her, 10 up for Australia. Ireland have fought hard, but at the break, the game might already be beyond them, Joe.
Yeah, and I just, what can you do? I've just sort of been watching this game, not as a commentator, almost just as a fan. The standard of touch from this Australian Mixed Open is just phenomenal, and I mean, for any team playing against them, what can you do? What can you do?
Australia up by 10-2 at the break as they look to keep their undefeated run in the Mixed Open on the right track. They are medal hunting, as every other EMU team will be here. Second half to come. What do Ireland have in response?
Control of the new pavilion. Now we can return to
I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic. All I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena, and I've been to concerts at the Nottingham Caves. I've been here all my life and I'm still amazed by this place. I love Nottingham. Sometimes I stare at Hockley's graffiti colourful walls, and sometimes I gaze at the deers running around Woollerton Hall. Supreme thrills, from chilling up at Green's Mill or up at that castle on the hill. Nottingham, I love you.
Well, a hush falls over Highfields here in Nottingham, as the buzzer will soon go. Australia are 10-2 up against Ireland in this mixed open tie as they look to continue their undefeated run. The action will not cease on pitch 2, the main pitch today, as pitch 1 is having a rest from being weathered down in the weather. We'll be back there on Friday. Up next, it's 2 games from the Women's Open, Singapore, France, and Fiji and Hong Kong, before Men's Open action as Fiji take on Ireland and Tonga take on New Zealand. We finish the day with 2 more mixed open ties from round 5, France on Chile, and Samoa against Papua New Guinea. For now, though, it's a penalty for Ireland, Joe, and a chance for them to start as fastly as they did in the first half.
Yeah, really good early turnover, good defensive pressure. I think Ireland have sort of come out here with nothing to lose and just want to sort of apply as much pressure as possible. And yeah, completely agree. They need that fast start as they had in the first.
And they might have it as well. Darting over from close range, Caelan Brown. Touch back at the 7. And I am aware fastly is not a word, but that's okay, because the game's been pretty rapid here in this mixed open. And I'm running out of adjectives to describe just how quick it's been. And that's, once again, ambitious from Caelan Brown. But it's what you have to be when you play the Emus.
Yeah, you've got to try things. And Ireland, definitely not left wanting in the attempts. And Australia just demanding a little bit too much of the winger. Trying to reel the ball in. He's always sort of sailing into touch.
Put down for Michaelopoulos, but it might have been forward regardless. So it will be 6-4 Ireland. Murphy with the tap off, but into midfield they go. Touch there on Russell. And they change the direction of the attack. Nolan. Alexandra Nolan will have it back. Here is Alex Nolan, with his regular partner in crime, Alex Cassidy. Cassidy, Nolan. Oh, looks to go himself, ghosting through, and the ball is just an inch away from the link there. But a good effort, Joe.
Oh, and that's what you need. The first time they really fixed those Australian middles, kicks through the hole, and the connection's just not quite there, and the pace down the sideline from the Australian. Oh, that's a big touch. A good little bit of sportsmanship there, but that's head on hip.
Nolan and Cymberland come together.
Yeah, that is an easier penalty, as you'll see.
Is Zara Nicholas coming into this tournament? Zara Nicholas was the leading try scorer in the mixed category for Australia with 29. I'm sure she's racked up a few more since then. Quick pick-up. Ball on the inside. Touch is made on a diving Andrew Sill.
Yeah, brilliant diving touch there from the Irish link. Had to slam and slam hard. Does, and makes the read.
Wilson Groff. Searle at the half. Groff gets it back again. I think there's a touch there made by Fionn McAllister. But no, I think the try's been given. Well, there wasn't much fanfare about that one. That's their 11th score. Wilson Groff has another.
I wonder if there's a record for the fastest country to hit 100 tries in the World Cup, because this has got to be up there. We were talking about...
certainly did it on day one. I'm not sure. I think they might have... Because it's 20 plus every game with Australia. Ireland have played so well, and it's a testament to them that at half-time they frustrated the Australian coaches so much.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Ireland, don't look at the scoreboard when you watch this game back. Just look at how hard you've made them work, how hard you've made Australia run through their transitions, run through their structures and frameworks. Lovely long ball, tap back is on, Rhea Plunkett goes for the wrap, unfortunately doesn't connect.
Plunkett wanted Hall on the wraparound, instead it's hit the deck, so away come Australia. Little show and go, the double pump to open up the field. And now they make it to the box. On come the changes, but it's just been spilt, unfortunately, there by Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah,
the 19-year-old.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because a little bit of a foot in the ruck from an Irish perspective. However, they get the benefit of the doubt from the referees, and that's what you need when you're playing Australia.
On come the changes for Ireland. Just drifting into midfield. Louis Layla amongst them, as is Caelan Brown. Oh, and it's just been put down. Layla protests, but Australia have it back. Driving down the left-hand side for Australia, James Hegedus. Good run through the centre by the skipper, Tim Bartz, who's pushed off his mark. They'll be back on halfway. Australia possession. Oh, and there's another tumble. This time it's an Irish player on the floor. I think a penalty. Australia with 6 more. Andrew Searle stands over it. Searle. Great pick up from Groff, wrapping around the corner. Almost an interception from Layla. You can see it on his face, Joe. He was inches away from grabbing that one.
Yeah, he makes a really good defensive read, and maybe just needs a little bit more glue on the fingers.
Groff, lovely footwork, slips through the hands.
Oh, we've got an Irish player down holding his head. Hope that's nothing too bad, but he went down with a little bit of force. Took a bit of a tumble. It seems like he's taken a knock in the touch and then went down. Not a lot of control about it. Hope he's all right. Doesn't look like a nice one. We'll see. Replay sort of coming now. Oh, yeah. He just makes that diving touch, and it's again that head-on-hip collision. He's back on his feet. Looks to be okay. Refusing to sub off. He'll sub. He says to the physio, "I'll sub when my job is done." When I'm off the field and the fresh legs are on. Now that's sort of leaving everything out there for your team.
Ireland work their way towards the box. It's taken them 3 touches to get there.
Oh, and it's the pressure. It's the pressure from Australia. You never get a second to breathe. They're always in your face. That gold wall. And there's 6-touch turnover. And look at the field position that Australia have to transition and strike from now.
Here come Australia. The pace of their transition unmatched as they crash over halfway through James Price. Opening up the field, Jessica Potts. Lovely ball back on the inside for Langbridge. And a quick pick up too. Flashed across. Wonderful take. There's one more pass from Jackson Mills, but I think it was forward, Joe.
Yeah, just drifting forward out the hands. And again, testament to the Irish defence. You're putting pressure on, and the tide of scores has definitely swayed and slowed an Ireland at the moment. I mean, they've enjoyed the last 5 minutes.
Just a 1 try so far for Australia in this second half. Unfortunately, they're just off the toes of Plunkett. Not much you can do about that one. Mills plays away for Australia. Bazunu at the half, Mills to his left, back inside to Bazunu, the no-look pass, one more should do it. But it's behind Patricia Michaelopoulos.
Oh, they're enjoying themselves out there now. You got no lookers, little flicks out the back. Although, and again, we can be harsh on Australia. The two Aussie boys aren't here. Maybe should have looked. I mean, you've got a poke and jive. 11-2 up, all too comfortable.
Inside from Australia, Plunkett takes it well. Oh, sorry, Ireland bring on the changes. Be good to touch on the Emerald Isle for a bit. They've brought great representation to this tournament. The growing sport in their country as well. And now, what a run this is. What a solo effort. Connor Fitzpatrick scoops through and then he offloads as well to share the spoils. And he rushed over, but I don't think it will stand.
No, diving touch at the last minute. Half-court turnover. I was with you there, Wolf. I thought it was a beautiful score from Ireland. But again, you're making Australia make last-ditch touches, having to really drive out the line hard. And you're asking a lot of questions of this Australian team.
Another strong transition from Australia. Here's Hegedus all the way through. Great pickup. The scoop from Tim Bartz. What a ball out wide as well. Michaelopoulos will dot down this time. And the captain set up a try of his own. Australia go 12-2 ahead.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pickup, left to right, long ball. An absolute sinker of a pill. Gets to the outside, yeah, kicks to the outside. Lovely ball out. And it's just too easy in the corner. And as you were saying the other day, what better job in touch to be an Australian winger?
It is the best job in touch, perhaps. But it's Ireland on the offensive here. Hulsit there at the half. Here's King. Andrew King is touched. Hulsit, good ball, lovely turn, frees the hands as well. Tim Bartz was on the cover. It was a great offload to keep it alive. But on the sixth touch, Australia do regather. Across comes Hegedus.
Yeah, again, they've got real imagination when they get into attack. Ireland are really doing themselves proud out here.
Bartz and Hegedus leave the field. Here on come the changes. Jessica Potts with the carry. Wilson Groth, great run. Searle, missed pass. And it came to Michaelopoulos a bit late there, but it was great vision from Searle once again.
Yeah, superb vision. And the feet as well to generate the space in such a tight area. And, offside penalty. So Ireland, you're going to repeat set of 6. A good platform to launch the transition now.
That path a little wayward.
And the ball just coughed up. And this is where you really don't want to be giving Australia free possession, because they will make it count.
Ireland have done really well so far in the game not to do so, but they've let Searle through the centre there for a 13th try for Australia.
And it's just so easy, the little trail line. The kick on the outside, trail, and Searle goes over.
Another great angle here as well, as he follows on the inside.
I love this camera angle. I love this camera angle. It's so good for the line attack.
He's chatting to the roaming camera at half-time. He said, I'm just going to park myself down at the Australia try line. Is that all right? I think that's probably fine, mate. I think you'll get some great angles.
Yeah, way to use your initiative.
Not that it's my call at all. That was the producer's decision, by the way. I don't, nor should I, have any control over the cameras here.
Nah, you're being too harsh on yourself, Wilf. I think you do a great job.
Well, it's Australia on the offensive. McAllister. Well, they just crowded them out there, Australia. Good defence.
Yeah, maybe could have kicked through himself there. I thought there was a little bit of a gap. But again, that's the pressure. And it's almost like the intimidation factor of playing Australia. You
Good
know
touch
the
from
athleticism, Nolan. So you really struggle to kick through those gaps and have the belief that you'll make it.
Opening up the field now, Tim Bartz. Hegedus. Good pickup. They go to the right-hand side instead. Lovely pass. Hegedus scores. Kai Simbalan broke the line. James Hegedus has a try. Australia 14-2.
Yeah, and now the score rate has started to pick up. Timbolin to Hegedus. It's just too easy. It's too good. Oh, lovely little hitch kick. And the perfect timing of the release of the ball. Just pop it into space. back that your teammates are going to be there, as they always are. It's one of the most well-drilled sides you'll see across the Touch World Cup. And good value for the 12-try lead at the moment.
Into touch goes Layla. He has it back, Louis Layla. Change of pace from Brown. Layla, great line, gets it on the return. Can't keep a hold of it, but Price James made the touch. I think it's still going to be Australia ball.
Yeah, Australia now. See if they'll just fizz it to the wing as they have been. Oh, no, they go to the link. That's a big contact.
Searle back on the field, driving them on. And he leaves it just as quickly there. Now they look to open up the pitch. Bazounis. Change of pace and direction from Mills. Puts it back inside to Bazounis. Late delay on the pass. Australia still thunder towards the line. Down goes Daniel Langbridge. At that time, he was denied.
If he'd made it through that gap, what gap can't he make it through?
Oh, unfortunately, it's a penalty. And Ireland was so good at not giving these away in the first half and in the first 10 minutes of the second, but they've just started to slip off a bit here, Joe.
Yeah, and I'm almost not surprised as Australia go flat to the line again, ball over the
What
top.
a ball that
Easy.
is.
We won't talk about that. We've seen it too many times this game.
Just a wonderful pass.
But yeah, as we were saying about Ireland, I think it's almost like the Australia syndrome, right? And in that first half, you have to work so hard to keep up with the pace, so much harder than you will have done at any other touch tournament, that the fatigue will set in way earlier than usual. And I think that's what we're seeing here from Ireland, and then you're doing that against one of the world's best.
Try number 6, by the way, for Olivia Goodsell.
So double hat-trick.
Double hat-trick.
Yeah, lovely.
What's the team punishment for that?
Go home.
Go home. No more hat-tricks for you.
Yeah, I think if you get 3 hat-tricks in one game, you should just have to take a break.
I reckon I could bag a hat-trick on the wing for Australia, as the interception might lead them to break. What a lovely break it is as well. That final pass across from Simbalan, though, can't find Hegedus.
Yeah, I was just watching Kai Simbalan there. He's grinning as he's running with the ball. He's got the widest grin on his face, sort of saying, like, yeah, come on then, come and get me, because my friends are in space. It's a pleasure to watch. They are so well drilled, so athletic. The timing of release on each ball is perfect. The hands are perfect. It's about as perfect a mixed open performance you will ever see.
Searle from way downtown picks out Michaelopoulos for another score, 16-2. And the Aussies are running away with it.
Oh, it's just brilliant. What skills, the big right to left pill. Called the first one a sinker. That's as much of a sinker you'll see. Look at how this dies in the corner. The measure on that pass is perfect, and I think she could have had a cup of tea before she put the ball down.
How many mixed open players can walk it in at this level?
Not many. Not many. Well, not many aren't wearing green and gold.
I'm sure they've touched on it already, but it is a wonderful strip as well. Great patterns on the front and back of the shirt. Really lovely bit of stash, and that's a brilliant line.
Yes.
What a ball, and a great take from Annie Russell as well.
Oh, it's been given forward.
Oh, every Irish try, regardless of the impact on the game, is celebrated with gusto from the touchline, and that was a really good ball, just lifted over the top from Patrick. He's chucked a couple of those today.
There we go.
But suddenly the break is on, and Australia have caught Ireland napping, and Jackson Mills will have a try.
It's just so good. The athleticism on display is outrageous.
Well, Australia go coast to coast to make it 17.
Are they telling him to go back and defend? I love it. I love it. Yeah, you've just run full length, but no, go and defend, mate.
From the tap, they just dummied the angle, and as you can see there, Jackson Mills running it in. A better man would have given some to the camera, but fair play to him for staying composed.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I also love the sort of earn your stripes sort of mentality. The Australian sub box. Yeah, you've just gone and run full length, but now you've got to go and D it out, mate.
Haslett operating in the centre with Brennan. Ty Brennan, what a pass! Plunk it in. Across comes Australia to make the touch. Good defence from Goodsell.
Yeah, really good flat ball again. And Rhea Plunkett almost with her own hat-trick. Not quite happening. I mean, how many Irish players can say they've had a hat-trick against Australia? That'd be some claim to fame for Rhea Plunkett if she can get a third.
Ireland got 2 minutes to try and set that up as Australia transition at such dangerous speeds. Ara Nicholas there into touch, and here's Simple, and again gets it on the return from Hegedus and whips one out of nowhere to cut open Ireland again. Michaelopoulos scores. That's her hat-trick now as well, just in the second half.
It's just brilliant. And you know, if you're new to touch, and you know, maybe this is your first World Cup that you've seen, or maybe you're a young player thinking about getting into touch, this is what's possible, right? Look at the level of the Australian Touch Association. It is just
I
a
really
joke.
thought you were about to say, you know, if you're looking to get into touch, just be Australian. And
Yeah,
I was like, what?
That too.
You're
Have an innate hereditary ability to play touch by
I'll have
just
you know,
being
you
Australian.
can be from Oman and play at the World Cup this year, thank you. There's a plethora of nations, 49 countries, 187 teams. Touch rugby is on the rise.
And still no one can come close.
Well,
to the
just
green
wait
and
and
gold.
see until New Zealand and England get to those latter stages. We'll see. The English Mixed Open team is looking really impressive today. New Zealand at top of the group. There's plenty of challenges in there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and I know the English Mixed Open team is licking their lips at the prospect of testing their own ability against what is the world number one.
Finals days come the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be huge. And it's going to be live, all from Highfields here in Nottingham at the Touch Rugby World Cup. Or the Touch Footy World Cup, as I had my ear pulled by Adam Collins earlier today. He doesn't fancy it, but over in Blighty, it's Touch Rugby. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, and there's a collector's item as well from Australia, a roll ball infringement. We've been joking about it all day, but a very rare one from Australia as the hooter goes.
Well, that's time on this Australian masterclass in the Mixed Open. They have taken apart Ireland by 18-2. A strong performance for them. Credit to Ireland for frustrating the coaching staff at half-time and for notching up a couple of their own. A Rhea Plunkett double is what they have to show for their performance. Well, final score here in the Mixed Open. Australia 18, Ireland 2 will be on the field at the moment to catch up, hopefully with Olivia Goodsell after her double hat-trick.
Presentation